Girl.
Congrats on the daughter. Come on, guys.
Gypsy Rose is actually due 11/27/24.
Ryan called me. He's like, guess what I found out today? You've been talking about since late February.
She don't love me? Yes, she does. And I hope, Ken, you hear that. Yes, she does. Like, Gypsy's pregnant, right? Why doesn't the dude have a job?
Gypsy Rose Blanchard is pregnant and has been accused of lying about her due date, which leads online investigators to break down the timeline she's provided and determine that there's something sketchy going on with this pregnancy. Now, Ryan Anderson, her soon-to-be ex-husband, has said that he's got his thoughts on her made-up timeline. So let's get into it. Gypsy Rose Blanchard's Lifetime series may have ended, but the drama continues, and there's a lot of tension between Gypsy and her ex Ryan Anderson amidst her announcing that she's going to have a baby girl, which I have to just get this off my chest. When I heard that she was having a baby girl, I know I wasn't the only one thinking that her mother Dee Dee might be reincarnated. I'm too bad. Dee Dee's come back for revenge. But Gypsy revealed that she's expecting a baby girl with boyfriend Ken Urker. She shared the news on Instagram, including a clip featuring a photo of the pair standing by an arrangement of balloons, which they seemingly popped to reveal the pink confetti. But I didn't see an actual video clip. I don't know if she's released it since. I just saw photos. So I wonder if the video didn't turn out okay. I mean, she's Gypsy Rose. She should have had someone, a videographer, just like professional, even a family member, tape the moment where they had the surprise.
Sweetie, I'm your mom.
I'm your dad.
And you are a girl.
Now, I actually think that Gypsy Rose is a victim. I mean, going through all those medical procedures, it sounds pretty bad. I've seen a lot of like TikTokers or YouTubers recently speak to her father and talk about her being a liar, and we could get into that. I just don't want to jump into it thinking that she's not a victim here, because like, I mean, the medical procedures alone just frighten me. So I think we can acknowledge that, you know, it's a complicated situation, but people in the comments, they are going off. This person wrote, maybe she'll carry on the family tradition. Another person wrote, I think I've seen this film before and I didn't like the ending. Another person wrote, did Christy tell Ken he's having a girl? Christy does have a weird relationship with Ken. Keep in mind, Gypsy's stepmother is Christy. Gypsy wrote on social media, the moment y'all have been waiting for, it's a girl, which it does seem like Gypsy's been moving very quickly in this pregnancy. Like, as soon as she found out what the gender was, she was ready to announce it. Now, I don't know what Ryan really has to add to this. I mean, I don't think he's the father. I think that still has to be confirmed by the government officials in Louisiana. But Ryan likes to talk, and I kind of love him for it because he can get on TikTok live and hang out there for hours. So he gives us so much content, and here's a little bit of his reaction.
Congrats on the daughter. Come on, guys. Knew anything about Gypsy, you knew that it was a girl. I mean, everybody knew that. So I didn't think the point, I didn't know, like, honestly, I get why you do a gender reveal, but if you already know, that's my opinion, but not worried about it. But yeah, I saw they had a gender reveal today. I knew that, but well, good for them.
This person commented, I'm so confused. I swear she just posted that she's 16 weeks not even a couple days ago, which I think she deleted one of those postings. Isn't it a little too early to know the gender of the baby? I know it can be done, but it's not 100% accurate. Because of the timeline, the situation with who's the father, we really need Maury to come back and solve this for us, which I always get confused. You guys always comment, is it Jerry Springer who died or Maury who died? Alexa, did Jerry Springer die or did Maury die?
Jerry Springer died on April
20th. Aww, Jerry, remember? Okay, Alexa, stop. Seriously, stop. God, I can't stand her. Anyways, people are accusing Gypsy of faking her pregnancy. I do remember when she did post that picture of her bump, and I was like, girl, that's giving a Chick-fil-A deluxe with a large fry. I've seen that type of pregnancy bump before. Gypsy has, this article writes, Gypsy Rose has faked her pregnancy. Though none of them have clearly stated why they believe this. Okay. A few people say she's trying to make her ex-husband Ryan jealous, which doesn't seem to make any sense at all. I mean, I don't think her parents would allow her to fake something like this? Sounds ridiculous. And of course, a claim like this is going to come from one of Gypsy's enemies, and I'm talking about Nina. Now, this influencer, Nina Beauty on TikTok, has had beef with Gypsy in the past, and she's the one pushing this narrative. Claims to have been told by an unnamed source that Gypsy Rose's due date is actually November 27th, 2024. If this is true, that means that Gypsy got pregnant in February 2024, which would have been before she had left Ryan. Nina says she doesn't know this as a fact, but I guess she's told by someone who is credible, which that is interesting tea, because if we are going to debunk Gypsy's like timeline, the due date would make sense. And if it shows that she was clearly impregnated before she had left Ryan, then it looks like Ryan's got a baby girl on his way.
Now, sources told me that Gypsy Rose is actually due 11/27/24, which is November 27th of 2024. But I have seen a receipt. We also seen that she had a baby outfit hanging up in the closet. So did she know? Did she not know? Did she find out?
Yo, those are nice. Hold on one second.
Candace, what's up? I think my daughter's going pro at basketball.
She's 3.
Yeah, she's 3. What's your point?
I'll take those.
Wait, you're at Dick's? Could you pick up an agility ladder for my daughter?
One second.
Candace.
Yo, Don, what are you doing?
Oh, you're at Dick's? Grab me that new Z&D
Hold on.
hoodie.
Candace. Trend.
Can you get me a red tracksuit?
Okay. What else?
Now she was preggo after, and then decided she was going to make Kid think it was his. Then she found out the Louisiana law and still stuck to her guns. It's gonna say, oh my gosh, how would I have known? Like a Maury episode. Y'all could find this yourself if you really want, if you figure out how to look for it. That's all I'm saying.
Clearly, there's a lot of speculation, but I do think it's fascinating that like Gypsy's medical records continue to be receipts in her drama. I guess it makes sense because of the position she's in, but at the same time, I feel like HIPAA laws are supposed to protect her. Gypsy Rose addressed this on July 28th in a video uploaded to Facebook, saying she bought this onesie when Ryan and I went to Walmart. I just thought it was cute, saying that she had this onesie kind of manifesting a baby, but it wasn't that she had known that she was pregnant. Although some are convinced that Gypsy isn't pregnant or conceived earlier than she's leading everyone to believe, she attempted to put the conspiracy theories to rest on August 6, 2024 by sharing a photo of her baby bump, albeit a very small one, on Instagram with the caption, "Our little one is growing happy and healthy." Many fans quickly jumped into the comments defending her, suggesting that those only with negative thoughts should steer clear of her page. Which I agree. I don't think there's any reason to spread unnecessary hate to a pregnant woman right now. Plus, she probably doesn't have a lot going on in her life. I mean, she can't go work a regular job. She probably can't really make regular friends. She's in a really kind of odd place to where like this pregnancy is probably all she has to look forward to right now, which is a little bit daunting because I don't think that a baby should be treated as like a hobby or like a vacation. Like, oh my God, I'm looking forward to this trip. It's all I can talk about. It's all I can think about.
Can you get a bump update? Fine. Good Lord. Alright, guys. Here we go. I don't know if you guys can see all that. Nice belly right there. I feel like I'm getting really fat, guys. I don't like it.
As I mentioned, Gypsy recently posted a picture on Instagram and she announced that she is 16 weeks pregnant and her baby is the size of a banana, which I don't know, something about the shape of that just like freaks me out. But it turns out it's not the size of a banana, it's the size of an avocado. She corrected, saying that the little one is the size of an avocado and she's watching her baby bump grow. So I wonder, like, wait, let's say she actually was due in November and she had like her little app like set to that and she saw the banana, so she led from that, but then had to go back and say it was an avocado. Like, why don't we just avoid this in general? Gypsy pissed everyone off when she decided to pose with a mango, which, okay, wait, so she posted the mango before the avocado, right? We're jumping around these fruits and vegetables like a little bit too quickly for my liking. But the wifey shirt, you knew what you were doing there. She wore this wifey shirt with her boyfriend that she's cheated on, I guess. Did she cheat on with Ryan? So cheated on her husband with her boyfriend, and she's wearing a wifey shirt. So wifey of what? The man that you're getting a divorce from? It probably should have said like girlfriendy or baby mama. Maybe baby mama would have worked.
People had actually accused her of faking her pregnancy because they were like, no way the baby is supposed to be the size of a mango, which she ended up coming out to say that the app that she was using to get the size of the baby and convert it into fruit sizes was telling her the wrong fruits. It was a whole thing, you guys. I was using Pregnancy Plus app, but it was giving me an accurate fruit comparison, so I switched to the app Flow app instead. Sorry for the confusion.
Ryan has announced through his TikTok that he will be taking a DNA test to confirm that he is or isn't the father, which could you imagine if he is the dad? Would she try to go back and work it out with him? But Ryan says it's not even his choice. I have to get a DNA test. I don't have a choice. I hate being in this situation. I have to take a DNA test for court. He said the way the timeline matches up, I don't know. I don't think it's mine, but I don't know. The DNA test is going to prove it. Crazier things have happened. I just don't know. I have my thoughts and I have my opinions. Interesting. I mean, we know that they were hooking up because Gypsy was quoted saying that his D was fire.
Ryan called me. He's like, guess what I found out today? I said, what? You've been talking about since late February. I'm like, wow. Oh.
Wow.
I'm like, and then I'm like, so are you gonna subpoena my text messages? He's like, yep. Oh my god, he's blowing my freaking up again.
This is why you just need to block him, honestly. Like, it just feels like it's just you two fighting every day.
It's unseen clip. Like, what the hell is that about? Like, who released that? Why would they release that? Like, it doesn't make any sense.
Now, essentially, if Ken wants to assume the father role for this baby, Ryan has to approve of it. If Ken wants his name to be on the birth certificate, Ryan must sign an affidavit saying that Ken is the father. If he doesn't do this, Ken has to file a motion with the courts, and 3 of them will have to take a DNA test. Now, despite all the drama, I do think that if Ryan could, he probably would go back to Gypsy. I think he still loves her, and he goes on to say that, like, despite all of this drama, he still has love for her, and he's always going to. So Ryan proclaims that he will have love for Gypsy forever, and he also says that Gypsy's interested in him as well, and that Ryan's got to keep his eye out because it doesn't seem like Gypsy's too keen on staying faithful.
She don't love me? Yes, she does. I hope, Ken, you hear that. Yes, she does. Ken is watching the live. Good for him. Tell your woman to quit calling me, Ken. Motherfucker.
Now, as far as the divorce, it looks like there's going to be some battle over money. No spousal support, but maybe a big fight over the reality TV earnings. In my opinion, Ryan is as much of a star, especially in like the second part of the show. Like, obviously not when she was locked up, but after the fact, that I do think he's entitled to something. Supposedly, the exes reached a consent judgment on Monday. In the filing, they agreed to dismiss all claims for spousal support, and Ryan agreed to dismiss his divorce paperwork in the other county. Ryan previously stated that he did not want to be divorced, but he had to file because he was concerned about his own property. So if she filed for divorce and he didn't, then she could go and take him for everything he's built. Quote, the only thing they've agreed on was to drop the spousal support. Everything else is still up in the air, including money earned from the show. Ryan's lawyer previously told TMZ the couple had signed contracts for shows, books, and media projects before the breakup, so they'll have to figure out how to deal with that. We imagine they'll both fight hard for the rights considering the financial aspect of the project, so they may be taking the necessary steps in the right direction amid this divorce, but the drama is far from over. Ryan states that he's not in it for the money and he's not looking for a big payout, but he wants what is entitled to him. And he's also questioning Ken because I don't know what Ken is doing for work right now at the moment. I don't know. He could be working. I actually don't know. And it doesn't seem like Ryan knows either. And I feel like Ryan would probably know of anyone because he's so obsessed and ingrained in Gypsy's life still.
He thinks like Gypsy's pregnant, right? Why doesn't the dude have a job? Does the dude have a job yet? Like, Ken, you got a job yet? I mean, well, you held a job and you lost it? And you quit or something? Like, what's the deal? I mean, get a job, bruh. You think you about to be a daddy, but you ain't got no damn job? What a joke. You just gonna live off Gypsy forever? Punk ass. And yeah, I said it. I'm sorry. I got mad. But dude's a punk. Dude's a punk. Get a job. Probably still asking Gypsy to pay your rent, huh? Yeah.
Now, something really intense happened, and I'm sure it's triggering for Gyp because the media had gotten hold of the clips of her mom after she was murdered, and the photos are really intense. Obviously, we're not showing anything like that in this video, but Gypsy Rose has deleted more than half of her social media posts after the photos of her mom's murder leaked online. She took it upon herself to wipe her social media clean after photos of her mom's murder were leaked. The leaked images were various rooms in her houses as
일명 폭군 프로그램이라는 초인 유전자의 약물.
well as blood-stained bedsheets and her mother's remains. Gypsy has yet to comment on the leaked pictures, however, that hasn't stopped social media from commenting about them. Here's a TikToker, Noah Glenn Carter, talking about this leak.
If y'all don't know, the pictures of what happened to Gypsy's mother recently came out all over the internet. Now, after seeing these pictures, people that previously supported Gypsy Rose have dropped her completely. Like, these pictures are very, very bad. I do not recommend going and seeking them out. Now, in response to these pictures coming out, many people have been not so kind to Gypsy. Basically, a lot of people are saying they didn't realize just how bad it was until they saw these pictures. I just have to ask those people, like, what did y'all expect? In response to these photos coming out, Gypsy has completely wiped her social media. If you go to her TikTok, she only has 3 posts up right now, and that is it. Everything else is gone. Now, even though these pictures are very, very bad, there are still people defending Gypsy and what all happened between her and her mother. Basically, a lot of people are saying that because of what her mom did to her, the severity of these crime scene photos should be kind of expected. Now, with that said, these pictures are worse than even I expected. Like, they are very, very bad, y'all.
I've seen the photos. They are jarring. This person wrote, I saw them and my jaw is on the floor. TBH, I don't think anyone should be supporting Gypsy in the first place. Another person wrote, I just don't understand what people thought 17 stab wounds would look like. I mean, keep in mind, I don't think that Gypsy had seen her mother's remains, or, I mean, she clearly did not watch the crime go down. I think we all know that. So, I mean, we also got to keep in mind, like, Nicholas is the guy that did this. Like, he's the killer. She just set it up for him, which is almost scarier. Recently, Gypsy Rose and her family sue a woman for fraud and defamation in Missouri. They're accusing a content creator whom they had a former business relationship with of fraud. It looks like they're suing April Johns, also known as Fancy. Now, I've seen Fancy pop up on my TikTok. It's very deep into the Gypsy Rose lore, if you're into that world. In late 2017, Rod and Christy, Gypsy's parents, signed a life rights option agreement with Fancy. As part of the agreement, the Blanchard family provided Fancy, aka April Johns, with access and copies of the evidence and documents surrounding Gypsy's life and case. Essentially, Fancy got a hold of this information, a lot of information that nobody else had, reviewed it, came to her own conclusion that Gypsy is not a victim, or as much of a victim as they tried to make it out to be, and since then she's been on a mission to make that a story, to make everyone know what the truth is by using this evidence she has. Again, it's like medical records, it's very personal, complicated situation. I don't love it, so the family's taking it to court.
Gypsy's father went live last night and confronted the woman that he believes was selling Gypsy's medical records online.
What, to sell Gypsy's medical records online?
I did not sell her medical records. I sold the viewing of them as evidence to the research that we had done to prove the chromosome disorder, which is covered in the contract. I had the ability to use it in any medium I so choose. You should have read the contract, Rod.
What I don't understand is I'm coming up with this theory about Gypsy wasn't abused. I mean,
it's not a theory, Rod. It's proven in her medical record. I didn't say Gypsy is not abused. I want to make this very clear.
Okay,
what Dee Dee did to her, teaching her to, please let me finish, Rod. I am not disputing that there could have been psychological abuse. I am not disputing that. I do dispute that there is physical, because there's no evidence of that. I'm also not disputing that teaching a child to lie, grift, steal as a way of life is not in some way abusive.
How much abuse does somebody have to take to think about killing their own mother?
Do you have any proof whatsoever that Gypsy was ever chained to a bed anywhere other than her saying it?
I do not.
Now, a life rights option agreement are used to allow a person or company to purchase and develop someone else's